Is the Note 9 the perfect smartphone? Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL, and this is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech, so honest it hurts. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. If you've not been here before, then thanks for stopping by. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. That's the way we do things on Painfully Honest Tech. Note 9. I've spent a week with the Note 9. I finally got it set up and ready to be my everyday companion. But now that the new phone smell has started to wear off, how do I feel about it? What are my real opinions, my painfully honest opinions about this? Is the Note 9 the perfect smartphone? Let's talk overall. Great feel in the hand. More comfortable than my iPhone 7 Plus, to tell you the truth. And it's a giant phone. It's slightly thicker overall. It has thicker bezels. But both of those things are actually pretty good. One helps with having the 4,000 milliamp hour battery inside that gives it, dare I say, all-day battery. And the other makes it so that I don't accidentally touch things. Well, I guess I did. So let's go ahead. Let's talk about the good and the bad of the Note 9. First, good. The screen is incredible. I've always been a fan of Samsung screens, but this one has the vibrant colors that I like. This one is not as oversaturated as previous Samsung phones. If you really want to see what this screen can do, then I recommend, if you have access to one of these, go check out some 4K content on the YouTube, like the nature stuff with snakes and lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. You're not going to find a better screen than this right now. This might be the best screen you're going to see all year. I like the satin finish on the metal around the sides. It gives it a little bit more confidence when you're holding it. I don't think Samsung has made a better feeling phone. Yes, it's still a glass sandwich. Previous glass phones from Samsung have felt a little bit more fragile to me. I was afraid to carry them around without a case. I was afraid to take them out of my pocket. But this one, I don't feel that way. And while I do still use a case most of the time, it's not out of fear. It's about the fact that I'm an adult. The glass on the previous phones felt thinner. It felt more fragile, whereas this phone feels solid. It might be the product of the overall heft of the phone. The battery makes it heavier. Weirdly, it feels lighter than the iPhone 7 Plus that I'm coming from, even though it's 2 ounces plus heavier. The fingerprint reader, 1,100 times better than the Note 8. I still find myself kind of trying to reach the Note 8 thing, but it's better. Now that it's here, much better. The only time I don't like it is when I'm in the car and I need to access my phone and it's docked and I can't reach the fingerprint. But that's where intelligent scan comes in. I mean, I somehow missed this feature on other Samsung phones, but I got it set up this time, and I can say that while it might be a little slower at times, and it's definitely more finicky about where you hold it in front of your face, when it works, when you have it right, when you get that muscle memory going, it is as fast as Face ID. I wouldn't have thought that, but even Everything Apple Pro found that comparing it to Face ID, it was nearly the same speed almost every time. The battery life, that 4,000 milliamp hour battery, has been as good as I hoped it would be. I have been ending the day with 30 to 35% battery, and that's waking up around 7 and going to bed around midnight. So I haven't had battery anxiety once. One time I did even carry over a charge from the previous day, and I forgot. I fell asleep and didn't plug it in. And I actually made it to mid-afternoon the next day and only plugged it in when I had 15% because I didn't want to get stuck someplace without any battery. And of course, the last little feature that has me loving the Note 9 is the S Pen. Look, I almost wrote legibly. In fact, most of the time I do write more legibly with this phone than I have with other Note iterations in the past. It's got brand new Bluetooth features that help you. You can take remote photos, you can play and pause and skip forward in music, but the S Pen itself, the functionality that it's had the whole time is so much better somehow. I don't know what they did or if they did anything, but I seem to be able to write more legibly on here than I have before. It's more comfortable to use somehow as a navigation tool. I like to actually use it instead of my finger. And then I also swipe in text quite a bit instead of using my thumbs. I also find that I'm using other features with the S Pen like Smart Select all the time. I've been jotting down notes with that screen write feature. I don't know how to say it. The S Pen experience with the Note 9 is unparalleled in the smartphone world, and why more people don't want this pen, I don't know. I do wish it were easier to export notes out to something else, but maybe that's a me thing because I have to be switching phones all the time since I review them. I guess Samsung wants you to stay in their ecosystem. The S Pen is what I miss the most when I move from a Note to another phone, and it's better than ever now, so it's going to make that move all that much harder when another phone comes out, like the next big flagship that we're going to see, like I think it's maybe the iPhone XS. Your move, Apple. Of course, we've also got the headphone jack, which I just like to talk about because it's there. And I love to have the headphone jack. And if you don't think the headphone jack is worth anything, then love the headphone jack. The only thing that's better is the LG V series because they've got the built-in DAC that is like super high quality. But I love to be able to use the headphone jack when it comes time to be used. I'm going to do a full audio review of this phone coming soon. So sub and hit the bell notify thing and all that kind of stuff if you want to know when that review comes out. I still haven't spent enough time with the camera to really say that I have used it as it needs to be used in order to do any kind of review. If you want to see camera coverage, let me know. I mean, there are a lot of people on YouTube who do a great job of that, and I'm not really like a camera geek, and I don't typically cover cameras, but I will give you the painfully honest treatment if you want that for the camera. Let me know. There's always something that is not good. You know, there's always that little bit of poop in the flowers. Thankfully, with the Note 9, the list is short. Yes, I'm chapped that the ocean blue color is all that we have available to us. I wanted the Onyx Black, of course, because I love black. And I'd love to see a white Note 9 as well. I haven't been able to get Bixby to do anything yet, but honestly, I haven't been trying because I've just been trying to get the rest of the phone set up. So many people in the comments of my last video were like, oh, dude, you gotta teach it things and all that kind of stuff. It's like, I've already had a child. I don't want another child, but for you people of the YouTube, I will do it. I will do it. I will try and teach things to Bixby and see what happens. Other than that, honestly, I got nothing. For all intents and purposes, Samsung has created with the Note 9 their version of the perfect smartphone. There's not enough to be said negative about this phone that takes anything away from it. Of course, as we've mentioned before, we've got the new iPhone coming in a couple of weeks, and we'll see what Apple brings to the table. But this, I know for sure, the race for phone of the year in my mind is going to be tighter this year than it was last year when the Note 8 actually edged out the iPhone 10 for me in my end of year roundup of the best smartphones. We'll see how that goes this year. Thank you again for being here. I really do appreciate it. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech so honest it hurts. If this was your first time here, then maybe you can subscribe and like this video and come back and see me again. And if you've been here before, keep doing what you're doing, people. Keep doing what you're doing. You know I love you. I love you. I just do. That's it. Until the next time, I'm out!